What if the only thing holding you back isn't your lack of talent, time, or luck, but the smallness of your dream? From the moment you could walk, talk, and think, the world began teaching you to shrink. Be realistic. Don't aim too high. Play it safe. Make sure you don't fail. And somewhere along the line, you listened. Not because you were weak, but because you were human. You trusted the voices around you. You thought they knew better. You believed their caution was wisdom. But all they were doing was passing down fear dressed as advice. They taught you to fit in, to follow the rules, to stop imagining a life beyond your limits. And so you stopped. You stopped asking for more. You stopped dreaming. You stopped believing that your life could be extraordinary. You settled. You chose comfort over courage, routine over risk, familiar over freedom. And now something inside you feels off, like a fire that never got lit, like you're breathing but not fully alive. That's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to change it. The truth is, you were never meant to live small. You weren't born just to wake up, survive the day, and repeat. You were born to build, to grow, to lead, to impact. Deep down, you know that. That voice inside you, it's not broken, it's buried under years of fear, doubt, and other people's opinions. But it's still there, and it's begging you to listen. Because the moment you decide to dream big, everything shifts. Your brain stops coasting and starts searching for clarity, for solutions, for the next step. When your dream is bigger than your fear, your excuses lose their power. Your days stop feeling meaningless. You wake up with direction, with fire, with hunger. You stop tolerating average. You start chasing something that scares you in the best way possible. Dreaming big doesn't mean being delusional. It means being honest about your potential. It means trusting that your life can hold more meaning, more impact, more joy than what you've settled for. And when you give yourself permission to dream, you also give yourself permission to grow. You'll be uncomfortable. You'll face doubt. But you'll feel alive. You'll feel like you're finally on your path, not someone else's. So why watch this? Why keep going? Because your dream is still possible. No matter your age, your past, or your mistakes, you're not too late. You're not too far behind. You are exactly where you need to be to begin again with a new dream, a new mindset, and a new standard for your life. This is the moment it all starts to change, not with luck, not with a miracle, but with one decision. To stop shrinking and start rising. You're not meant for small. You're not meant for safe. You are meant to build the life that keeps you awake at night. And it all starts right now. Don't just dream, dream big. When you dare to dream big, you're not just chasing a goal. You're rewriting the meaning of your life. You stop moving through the world like a shadow of yourself. You stop waiting for permission, waiting for signs, waiting for everything to feel safe. Because something inside you finally wakes up and says, this is not enough. And that voice is right. You weren't made for ordinary. You weren't made to coast. You were made to rise, stretch, and fight for something that sets your soul on fire. A big dream isn't just something to look forward to. It's something that changes who you are today. It forces you to grow. It stretches your capacity. Or it sharpens your focus. It gives your struggles a direction. Pain without purpose feels unbearable. But when it's part of a vision that matters to you, it becomes fuel. You get stronger with every setback. You learn faster. You begin to move like someone who knows where they're going, even if the road ahead is still unclear. The mind is wired to protect you from risk. It wants comfort, safety, familiarity. But when you plant a dream so big that it won't leave you alone, you override that wiring. Your mind starts searching. It starts working for you, not against you. Big dreams activate deep emotional energy. They shake you out of autopilot. They pull you forward, even on the days you feel like giving up. They remind you that the version of you that feels stuck right now is not the final version. It's just the starting point. And the bigger your dream, the more it scares you, because it threatens the old you. It forces you to become someone new, someone more disciplined, more focused, more fearless. The kind of person who doesn't make decisions based on fear, but based on purpose. You begin to protect your energy. You guard your time. You think in decades, not days. You start building a foundation so strong that no one can shake it, not even your own doubt. A small dream will keep you comfortable. A big dream will demand everything. But in that demand, it will also give you everything: confidence, clarity, power, peace. You don't get that from settling, you get it from reaching, from pushing, from being willing to want something so deeply that it terrifies you. And if it scares you, it's a sign you're on the right path. Because nothing great is born from comfort. Nothing powerful comes from playing small. You don't have to know how it will happen. You just need to know it must happen, that it's your responsibility to bring it to life. Not someday, not later. Now, this is your moment to dream so big it shifts your entire identity. So big you feel it in your bones. So big it forces you to evolve. Not because it's easy, but because it matters. Because it's who you were always meant to be. If the dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Fear isn't the enemy. It's proof that you're moving towards something meaningful. The presence of fear means you're stepping out of the old, out of the safe, out of everything you already know how to control. And that's exactly where your future begins. Growth doesn't happen in certainty. It happens in the unknown. That space where doubt lives, where discomfort rises, where your heartbeat gets faster because you're doing something your old self never would. But most people run from that feeling. They mistake fear for a sign to stop. They think unease means they're on the wrong path. So they pull back. They shrink. They find comfort in small goals and call it being realistic. But what they're really doing is choosing predictability over purpose, safety over soul. And every time they choose fear, they reinforce the lie that they're not enough. You are not here to play small. And fear is not a wall, it's a door to the version of you that exists on the other side of resistance, the version of you that isn't controlled by what-ifs and worst-case scenarios, the one who speaks up, steps forward, and acts in alignment with what they truly want. That version is already inside you, but fear is standing guard. And it's asking one question, are you willing to grow? Fear has a job. It wants to protect you. But what it protects you from is change. It clings to what's familiar, even if it's not fulfilling. It keeps you stuck in cycles, in habits, in environments that feel safe but suffocating. The moment you stop letting fear drive, your life begins to expand. Your choices change. Your energy shifts. You stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what if I fly? Courage doesn't mean you feel ready. It means you go anyway, with trembling hands, with uncertainty in your chest, with doubt still whispering, but you move, you act, you show your fear that it doesn't own you anymore, that your future matters more than your comfort. And the more you do this, the more your fear fades, not because it disappears, but because you stop listening to it. Every time you do what fear told you not to, you get stronger. You train your mind to trust you, to follow you, to believe in you. Your self-respect grows. Your confidence builds. And soon, fear becomes the fuel. It becomes the signal that says, this is the path.
You will never eliminate fear.
But you can master your response to it. You can use it as proof that you're aiming high enough, that your dream matters, that you're not repeating the past. You're building something new. So feel the fear. Let it shake you, but move anyway. Speak anyway. Build anyway. Because the life you want isn't behind comfort. It's behind the fear you keep avoiding. And once you walk through it, nothing can hold you back.
Fear only has power when you hesitate.
The moment you move, it loses control. Action is how you take your power back. Every small step forward rewires your brain. It teaches you that discomfort is survivable, that progress is possible, and that momentum builds more than motivation ever could. Most people wait until they feel ready. But readiness is a myth. It doesn't come before action. It's built through it. The path to everything you want is paved with repetition, not perfection, not huge leaps, just small, consistent, intentional movement every day, even when you're tired, even when you doubt yourself, even when it feels like nothing is changing, because something always is, inside you, around you. Beneath the surface, your future is quietly taking shape, one action at a time. Stop waiting for a sign. You are the sign. The fact that you feel restless, hungry, unsatisfied, that's all the proof you need. Your dream is asking you to act like it matters, to stop treating it like a wish and start treating it like a commitment. That's how change happens, not by magic, but by motion. not by dreaming, but by doing. Discipline is the bridge between the life you want and the one you're tolerating. It's what turns intentions into habits and habits into transformation. It's what keeps you moving when motivation fades, because motivation will fade. That's normal. That's human. But discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It only asks what you value. And if you value your future more than your comfort, you'll act like it. Don't aim to be perfect. Aim to be consistent. Start so small that failure feels impossible. Stack wins, build proof. Show your mind that you keep your word to yourself, that your dream isn't a fantasy, it's a priority, that you will show up even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, because that's where transformation begins. Every time you choose action over excuse, you shift your identity. You stop being the person who only talks about change. You become the one who creates it. You move from hope to hunger, from waiting to working, from wishing to building. That shift is everything. It's the silent breakthrough that no one sees, but that changes everything. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters with focus, with urgency, with the awareness that your time is your life, and how you use it is how you shape your story. You don't need more information. You don't need more inspiration. You need execution. That's where confidence is born. That's where belief grows. That's where the impossible starts becoming real. So stop overthinking. Stop overplanning. Stop waiting for the perfect day. The perfect moment is now. This one, right here. The one where you stop scrolling, start deciding, and begin doing. Because action builds everything. Your power, your peace, your future. And every second you delay is a second you could have been moving. The moment you take action, something inside you begins to shift. You stop being a prisoner of your past and start becoming the architect of your future. You feel it in your posture, your tone, your decisions. That inner fire that once felt distant begins to burn a little brighter. You carry yourself differently. You think differently. You begin to realize that the person you've always wanted to become isn't someone far away. It's the version of you that shows up with discipline, courage, and hunger every single day. You don't become unstoppable overnight. You become unstoppable one decision at a time. And with every right choice, you carve away the layers of who you are not. The excuses, the old identities, the limiting beliefs, they begin to fall off. What's left is raw, focused, intentional. What's left is someone who's tired of being trapped in potential, someone who refuses to live in almost maybes or someday, someone who demands more from life because they've finally started demanding more from themselves. There is no single breakthrough moment, no lightning strike of transformation, just small, quiet revolutions within you. Each time you reject the urge to quit, each time you silence the voice of doubt, each time you get back up, you build yourself. You teach your mind that your dream is non-negotiable. You show your soul that you are finally serious. And that kind of energy begins to echo in how you speak, in what you tolerate, in how you walk into a room. The world won't believe in you until you do. And belief is not found. It is built with proof, with habits, with self-respect. You don't wait for confidence. You earn it. You earn it when you keep going through fear, when you rise after failure, when you push forward without applause, without permission, without certainty. That's the part no one sees, the lonely, relentless, disciplined climb. But that's the part that defines you. That's where your identity is forged. That's where the old you dies and the new you is born. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not lost. You are rising. Every mistake, every setback, every delay, it all had a purpose. It all brought you here, to this exact moment, to this exact decision. And now you get to choose how the next chapter unfolds. No more waiting, no more shrinking, no more betraying the future just to stay comfortable in the present. The power to become everything you were meant to be has always been in your hands. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but now. Because this is the day you stop asking for permission. This is the day you stop playing small. This is the day you look in the mirror and see who you really are. Not your past, not your fear, not your limits, but your strength, your growth, your future. Let me know if you'd like a compelling thumbnail prompt to match this tone, or the full YouTube description and SEO setup for this video. You are already becoming the person you were afraid to believe you could be. Every second you choose growth over comfort, you rewrite your future. You may not see it yet. You may still feel like the old you is pulling you back. But that's only because growth feels unfamiliar at first. You're stepping into a space your past self never imagined you'd reach. That tension you feel isn't failure, it's transformation. You don't need to fix yourself. You need to free yourself from the lies that told you to settle, from the beliefs that made you feel small, from the patterns that kept you numb. You were never too late, never too flawed, never too far gone. You were simply unaligned with your potential. But every aligned action brings you closer. Every moment of truth builds a stronger version of you, a version that lives on purpose, not by accident. Who you were is not who you have to be. Every morning is proof that life is still offering you another chance to rise, to choose differently, to show up in alignment with the future you see in your mind. That version of you, the one who walks with clarity, who speaks with power, who lives with intention, that version is not a fantasy. That is your true self waiting to be lived out loud. This is not about perfection. It's about power, the power to be deeply present, the power to live by design, not default, to look at your habits, your thoughts, your choices, and ask, do they reflect where I'm going or where I've been? That's how you break cycles. That's how you step out of survival and into creation. You stop reacting to life and start leading it. You're no longer who you were. And you're not yet who you're becoming. You are in the becoming, the messy, beautiful, courageous middle. And in this space, you're building something permanent, a mindset that can't be broken, a standard that can't be lowered, a version of you that doesn't chase approval, but lives in truth. And that truth becomes unshakable because it's earned through discipline, through effort, through vision. You're not searching for purpose anymore. You're living it. You're building it with every sacrifice, every early morning, every time you rise when comfort tells you to rest. And one day, you'll look back and realize you were never stuck. You were just standing at the edge of who you used to be, waiting for the moment you finally said yes to everything you could become. That moment is now. The decision is yours. You've seen what life looks like when you shrink. You've felt the ache of staying the same. Now feel the power of rising, of stepping fully into the life that's been waiting for you to claim it. It's not a question of if you can. It's a question of whether you're ready to stop pretending you can't.